Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kane with XBLA Fans, and I'm going to be giving you a quick taste of Mining Rail. This is out now on Xbox for $12.99 from WSNet. As you can see, there are a ton of levels in this game. I believe there's 110 fixed tracks over 11 different worlds, 5 distinct levels, a bunch of different tasks, a bunch of different upgrades, and a lot of random tracks that you can basically create as well. I think that's what I'm going to show off here, just so you can guys get a little bit more of a distinct area, kind of, because in the main game I've really only done the first area, the Black Forest. So there's a couple different environments between the Black Forest, Mediterranean, Fertile Plain, Fire Caves, Blue Grottos. As you can see, you can play in first person, or you can, get a view from behind the cart. I personally think first person is probably a little more difficult. You're going to notice you're going to tilt. So if you get going really quickly, that is pretty much what this game is it's a little bit of a, I don't want to say a physics platformer, because it really doesn't feel like that, but it is a physics-based game in a sense where you're basically on a minecart roller coaster, and you got to keep yourself from, tilting too far in one direction and falling, while also, traversing the level in enough time that you can finish it, as well as collecting all the different gems, coins, trophies. There was like an alien skull we just passed or something that was glowing. You gotta squeak to basically make the minecart people, move out of your way. Otherwise, you might have animals in your way and various other things that'll kind of try to, add difficulty to the game. It's a fairly simplistic concept. There's not really too much that I need to, explain here. But it is pretty interesting. Honestly, it's kind of fun in a weird way. It's one of those games where you look at it, and I know when I streamed it, a lot of people were just like, man, that's got to be a mobile port, isn't it? And I don't know. I mean, like, at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter to me. It's just whether or not I'm going to have fun playing it. And it was fun for a little bit. I think it isn't one that I'm going to come back to very often, but I could definitely see someone out there enjoying something like this. It's very much, you gotta make sure you take these turns, and lean correctly. You can slow down and brake if you need to make sure that you don't take them too fast. It's a fairly simplistic concept, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily that simple to execute well, especially when you are trying to, kind of get a high score and keep your speed up while also focusing on those gems. Because the moment you start doing that, that's when you're probably going to tilt. And if you tilt, you can pay a gem, and that'll allow you to just keep going in the level. I would say I had fun with this game for the most part. My biggest complaints would probably be just with the way some of the upgrades and stuff are set up later on. Right now, we're technically playing on what they consider easy. I would not particularly call this that easy. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that hard if you're willing to, slow down and make sure you don't go too quickly. If you're going too quickly, you're probably going to tilt, ram off the road, and just crash. And like I said, like, to me at least, the first person was a little more difficult. Plus, you then lose the just kind of comedic factor of, lifting your arms up and going woo. At least every time I did that, I pretty much audibly shouted it just because I was like, I don't know. To me, at least, it feels like it adds something to the game. But this is pretty much what you see is what you get. Every once in a while, you'll have animals in the way. You'll need to move them out of the way. There's some stuff like that. A lot of that just comes down to braking right in front of them, making that loud screeching noise, and that's enough to scare them off your path. And that's pretty cool. You get some decent environment changes. A lot of it is pretty dark and indoors and stuff, but I've enjoyed what I've played of this. This is Mining Rail. It is out now on Xbox One for $12.99. I'll show you guys the upgrades in a second. Let's just finish this last run. But it's a physics kart game. I mean, like, this is probably one of my shortest quick tastes I've done in a while, just because, honestly, I feel like there's not that much to explain. The big thing is just learning how to kind of steer into the skid a little bit on these curves and make sure that you don't flip yourself. Because you're going to want to try to go quickly, and even at the end there, that can be pretty painful when you just suddenly crash for no reason. It takes a little bit to load between levels, but it's not too insanely bad. You know, you can get some ridiculously high speeds going in this game, and that's one of the cool things about it, is if you do get a good feel for it, which I would not say I have right now. When we were streaming it, we were doing a little bit better. Tonight I've kind of been crashing straight into things for no reason. But it's... Yeah, you're gonna crash a lot. Let's just be real. Let's be real. You're probably gonna crash a lot. I think that's a given. You can actually get some upgrades that'll help you out with all of this, and you can do that with in-game coins, which at least to me seem to take a good bit, or you can use real money, which is that's where it gets a little iffy for me. Definitely curious how those upgrades are gonna feel. But that's something that would take me a while to grind out to just kind of get going. This is definitely like my thoughts and impressions on this game, having played, I would say, about 45 minutes of it. We did stream it the other day, and I played, I would say, another 15 minutes today. Getting that high score speed feels pretty good when you start getting it going, even if you do end up crashing afterwards. At the end of each thing, you get some, coins. As you can see, I earned like 59 or something. There's different difficulties. You can change your avatar between a guy and a girl, and you can buy upgrades. These upgrades are pretty dang expensive. I don't know if they'll feel less expensive when I start getting the other various things, but obviously the game has a way for you to buy coins and gemstones. And gemstones are what you need to be able to continue if you do crash. I think it's kind of weird that they have a third camera option that you have to buy. And there's a few other things like that just seem a little strange, because getting 10,000 coins to buy a camera option just seems a little insane to me. But thank you guys so much for checking this out. I really do appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Anyways, guys, later.